Yo, what is up, guys? It's Black Chapel here with you once again. We are going to be doing another 7 Nights video, and today it's going to be about my personal top 5 characters that you should focus on getting up to 40. That will be the most generally good for you in the game, meaning that they are good in a lot of different areas and not just one. So keep that in mind as I go through these characters, and you know, if you guys disagree, let me know what you guys think the best characters to level up first are for you. So stay tuned. Alright, so the new update is out, which means that we finally got our skins. These are what they look like on our Sun Wukong, our Ace, and our Lu Bu. So we've been featuring all 3 of them a lot lately, so it's kind of cool that we got new skins for all of them. Okay, so like I said, today we're going to be going over my top 5 characters to focus on getting boosted up as quickly as possible. Okay? So basically what we're going to do is I'm going to start, and I'll probably like pause, get to the next character, and then go so on and so forth. So for our number 5 character, it is going to be, you guessed it, it's Shane. She is going to be our number 5 spot, and why is that? Because her main uses are in Castle Rush and in raiding. And what makes her so good for these areas? Well, first, for raiding, she has a 3-turn magic damage immune, so she's damaged to both the AoE attacks of the dragon, and she has a massively increased critical strike rate. Okay. What also makes her really good is her low cooldown, single target, high damaging attack. Okay, 250% physical damage on one enemy, and it's on a 36-second cooldown, which basically you'll get 2 other abilities in between every time you can use Soul Slayer. So whether the dragon uses one, then you use one, then you'll be able to use Soul Slayer again after using it before those 2. Or you use it, you do 2 more abilities with your other characters, and then use it again. So she just puts out a whole lot of damage, and she's relatively easy. She uses fire elements to get her up to level 40, so not a whole lot of important characters use fire elements. So yeah, she's all around great character for those 2 areas, and I highly recommend getting her to level 40, especially before Awakening gets out, because once Awakening comes out, then she really takes over the highest damaging spot. She does so much damage in Awakening. If you don't know what that looks like, then go over to anyone that's playing on the Korea servers, check them out on YouTube, and it will show you how much damage she does in her Awakening form. So, number 5 is going to be, next is Lina. And the reason why she's in my number 4 spot is she has 3 areas that she is really strong in. That is Castle Rush, raiding, and then all of your PvE story mode. Okay, and why she is so good is, first, her passive decreases the attack and defense of all enemies by 25%. So you're going to do more damage while taking less damage. Okay, which is very important, especially in PvE, where when you start getting to the later stages, they just do a ton of damage. The next is her damage increase by 50% to all allies. This is a huge buff, team-wide, and it makes your team do a ton more damage. And thirdly, of course, she has a very nice 2-turn recover heal that basically every turn will heal your characters for 60% for 2 turns, along with initially doing 60% on the time you cast it. So just an all-around good healer, useful, like I said, in all 3 of those scenarios. And yeah, she's awesome. So highly recommend. She's my number 4. Super good character, and she has a lot of cool costumes too. So another thing to look forward to. Alright, so our number 3 character is going to be
Yep, you guessed it. Sorry guys, but it is a 4-lord, and it is Ace. Ace is an amazing character. He's good in so many different areas like Castle Rush, arenas. He's huge in PvE scenarios, trying to get through all of your PvE stages, and also Ruby farming. Okay, so I run him and a level 30 Jave that doesn't even have gear on as my Ruby farming team, and I mean I have zero problem getting through any of the stages in all of the first worlds. So he's just an amazing character. Why? Because of his passive. Okay, increases all damage inflicted on enemies by 50% and decreases defense by 50% if the damage received is higher than and then also if he receives damage that is higher than his current HP, he survives with 1 HP. Okay? So the reason why Ace is not good in raiding is because he can't debuff the dragon. Okay, so if any of you think that are using Ace in a raiding team, take him out. He should never be on a raiding team. He's not good there, he has 0 use. Okay? But in the 4 areas I talked about, he is amazing. Because everyone on the enemy team is going to take 50% more damage while having their defense decrease by 50%. That's huge. Like I said, it's measured out that it does more than if you have an Eileen and a Delens on your team, and he will still help your team do more damage than both of them combined.
So yeah, just amazing character. I say he's good for Ruby farming because he does have a mass AoE attack, and so he can clear one of the stages in your Ruby farmings, and then your Spike, or not your Spike, but your Jave can clear the other 2, or you know, whoever else you're using on your Ruby farming team, and while he's making them take more damage. Lunar Slash, as many of you, if you watch any of my arena videos, is in my opinion the worst attack in the game. I hate it, but the only place it is extremely useful for is Castle Rush. Okay, so basically it inflicts 300% physical damage on one enemy, which is good, except for he always targets Void Shield targets in arena. Additionally, piercing will take effect, which is also good if he ever decides to target those minions, which in my experience he does not. But what makes it good for Castle Rush is it increases the damage received by the enemy by 80% for 2 turns. Okay, this, as far as I understand, this stacks with his passive. So your team is going to be doing so much more damage to whoever you're running into in Castle Rush. So again, I highly recommend Ace run in your Castle Rush teams, your arena teams. Use them for Ruby farming, use them for PvE scenarios. Oh, and then even the tower, whatever that's called. I haven't done a Celestial Tower or something like that. Yeah, Celestial Tower. He's also good there. So just, he has a very wide variety of uses. Highly recommend it. Alright, so our number 2 spot is going to Delens. Delens. This character probably has the widest variety of uses in the game. Okay, I know I just talked about him and how Ace, yes, he helps your team do more damage than Delens does, but Delens can be used in more areas, and that's the focus of this video. So, Delens' main uses are arena, Castle Rush, raiding, Ruby farming, PvE scenarios, Celestial Tower, anywhere, guys. He can be used anywhere with any team. He is an amazing character. Why? Because he's passive. First, he has a 4-turn Void Shield, but that doesn't really matter except for arena because it's such a Void Shield heavy meta. But he increases the damage of all allies by 50%. So this is not a debuff to the enemy team, but a buff to your team, and so it makes him useful in raiding. Okay, so ever since it went up to 50%, he replaced Eileen in a lot of people's team 1s, because 1, he has a little bit more survivability with his Void Shields, and number 2, the 50% damage buff includes your magic damage heroes. So your Velica or your the other girl that I use on my team one. Anyway, they're both magic heroes, and they will also get a 50% damage buff. But with Eileen, only Shane and your Sieg. Only Shane and your Sieg will get the damage buff. Okay. So with him, his damage buff is just got a wider. It affects a wider amount of characters because it is not specific to magic or physical. Okay. Also, this is a new part of his passive ever since the new update or the revamp came out. He decreases skill cooldowns by 7 seconds with each basic attack. Okay. And so all of your characters in your raiding team, and your PvE team, and your arena team, and any team you have them on are going to be able to do their attacks more often. Okay, so that's big with characters like Shane, whose cooldown's already 36 seconds, but if Dellens gets off a few key attacks while our attack's on cooldown, you can do it more often. So, like I said, Dellens is an amazing character. Straight up, one of the best spread uses in the game. Okay, so if you're going to go for your first 7 Knight to upgrade, I would probably recommend Dellens. He is absolutely phenomenal. So now we are to the number 1 spot. Alright guys, so get ready. The number 1 spot goes to Fina! Yes, believe it or not, in my opinion, this is the absolute best character in the game, because if you have unlimited of them, then you can get all of the normal characters up to level 40. Okay, so this is, in my opinion, one of the most sought after characters, and is just absolutely amazing character. She has strong uses in arena, castle rush, everything basically, because she can get all of her characters up to level 40, except for, if you guys don't know what Fina does, I'll explain this in more detail, 7 Knights and 4 Lords. Okay, so Fina, basically what she does is when you're wanting to transcend your heroes once they reach 6 stars and level 30, is that if you don't, you either have to get another copy of that character, like in the case of 7 Knights and 4 Lords, and 4 Lords of Old, but any other characters, you can use a Fina. Okay, which means you can save your elements, trying to get characters up to 6 stars so you can transcend. You can save your selectors for other things. So Fina is our number 1 spot. She is the best character in the game. I wish I had infinite numbers of her, because then I would have every character in the game up to level 40 that I could, and only have to worry about 7 Knights and 4 Lords. So there you go guys, that is my list. Fina is our number 1 spot because she is the best. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave comments down below, like the video. Let me know what you guys think that your top 5 list is. Post that in the comments. I would love to see what you guys think. If you guys disagree or if you agree, let me know. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next one. Later.